goodness, what time is it right now? It's like 9:35 or so a.m. And I was just thinking to myself today. So we came home at like 2 a.m. It was crazy, man. Frick, I thought we were gonna get home earlier, but traffic got backed up. There's this bridge, and it was closed, so it just caused this huge thing, and Oreo is crying right now. But do you hear him? Like I fed him 7 hours ago, you guys. So I'm gonna make this really quick stream and just talk about a few things. Because it's kind of been like, cause I'm kind of just thinking about a few things. So for the past week and a half, as you guys know, I think it's like a week, right? Like a week, 10 days or so, something like that. I've been living out of a suitcase, and it's just because I've been traveling. So um, I realized that, yeah, when I was coming back, oh, look who's here. Oh, hello. Hold on. I got my handsome here. Hello, handsome. Yeah, so whoever has been, it seems like Oreo lost a little weight, and he's been saying like he's starving, but I'm like, Oreo, come on now, you eat. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. So I have common sense, and common sense tells me if Blackberry, if or if Blackberry is not asking me for food, and Clinton, who is bigger than it, is not asking me for food, then freaking Oreo should not be asking me for food right after I feed all three cats, right? Doesn't make sense that Oreo eats more than Clinton. No, but Oreo acts like he never gets fed. Oreo, do you want to say hello? Look at this cat. He's like, I haven't been fed all day. So anybody who thinks Oreo is like sleeping with me because he likes me, no, the actual thing is why he's with me is because of Lewis. So Lewis is here right now, and do you see him? He's right now. Yeah, but anyway, as I was just saying. So oh, sorry, Oreo, sorry. So the thing that I was saying is that I was just kind of thinking to myself, like, yeah, um, people, and I know people are gonna say this sounds really ignorant, but people can actually live out of a suitcase for an extended period of time if they want to. And I got to thinking about things. A lot of stuff that I have in the apartment, it's not, it's just like stuff that, like I have my stuffed animals, I have like extra clothes, because I only brought like 6 pairs of clothes with me. And then, yeah, it's like, you don't really need all that stuff. I know people are going to say, Erica, this sounds crazy here. But listen to me, okay? So, when we came back from living in, like, Lewis has been living in a hotel for 2 weeks. I've been living in a hotel for 1 week. It's like the marked difference between a hotel and this apartment is extreme. And the reason I say that is because, like, when you go to a hotel, like, there's nothing there. It's just, like, freaking 2 chairs, one table, one bed, um, bare surfaces. You don't have anything really. It's, like, no personal items, no pictures, no decorations, really. It's just, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, if you look at a Hyatt hotel or any hotel or a Red Roof hotel, it's just like bare essentials. It's like bare, 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 bare. So people can live like that. But the question is like, where do you want, is it, how would I say this? Like, is that the thing that people should be pushing towards? And I know people will probably say, like, Erica, this sounds really crazy here, but it got me thinking because it's like when you see that stark difference between a hotel and like this apartment, it's really big. Cause I mean, I'm gonna say, I bet you, like, the people watching this stream, you guys don't live in a place that looks like a hotel. I would actually venture to say that, but it's possible. It is definitely possible, and I'm just looking around. And it's like, and I know if you guys have been listening to my streams, you hear what I'm saying. You hear like certain repeating things, but it's like a hotel looks nice, but it doesn't tell you anything about a person. Like, you see it and you're like, oh, look, you got like 2 pictures of something, but can't gauge a person except say that this is like they're really into cleanliness or they're really into organization. But yeah, so um, I've been working on being more minimal and minimal and minimal, and then I look at things and I say like I look at certain things and I say, yeah, I think I can get rid of more stuff, but um, yeah, but I also look at things and I say, it's not just my stuff. I think to make this apartment look more aesthetic, I might actually think about getting rid of some cat stuff, because that isn't considered aesthetic. But yeah, like this apartment is actually just catered to the cats. Like we have like all this cat toys lying around and things like that. But yeah, it's really something because like I came home, I came home today and the apartment smelled like a cat. I made a stream about it earlier today at like 2:30. It's like, yeah, it's just pretty obvious that you have three cats over here, and yeah. I said I don't know what to do, and I don't know what to do about the smell because you got the ammonia in there, and then you got the fresh wave in there, and yeah, I could put a litter, something that cuts the litter smell. But I didn't try that yet. I thought my solution worked, so I could sprinkle that today. But yeah, um, that kind of thing. Hey, what's up? What is it? What? Why are you showing people your nose?
Hello.
Come on now.
That's not my fault. I have a big nose, Eric. I
Yeah,
wanted
but
to
I
say
mean,
hello.
like, yeah, I know, but I
I want
mean,
to say
like, I'm
hello.
like, why are you showing people your nostrils?
I wanted to say hello, but
We actually have a baking powder. We actually have baking soda in there. So.
Eric is discriminatory against me because he always says, "Look at you and your big Italian Guido nose," and it makes me self-conscious about
What do you say? Well, I'm not gonna say what you say about me.
this.
What? Huh?
I love you all in chat. I hope you all have a lovely morning.
Yeah.
Give me a big kiss. Big kiss.
Wait.
No. No.
Yeah, yeah, I was just doing a really quick stream. It's gonna be like 2 minutes more longer, that's all. But yeah, so I was just telling people, I said, if a person wants to live in a hotel, it's perfectly possible because we lived in what, two suitcases,
Alan
basically two
Shore
and a half
and Boston
suitcases.
Legal lived in a hotel.
What do you mean lived in a hotel?
In the show, he's in the journey, but he
Oh
lived
yeah,
in a
but I mean
hotel.
did he actually live in a hotel in life?
Well, no, in the show he lived in a
No,
hotel.
no, I'm no, I don't care about a fictional character in a TV show living in a hotel. But I'm saying like it's possible for a person to live in a hotel, and what I'm saying is like no, are we? No, we're at home
It
already.
makes me
So
want to throw away most of my junk belongings, realizing that I went 3 weeks with my backpack. Like, I have way too much shit. And there's so much stuff that I have that if I gave away to somebody else, they would enjoy.
Oreo was following me around, and he was nuzzling me and meowing at me all morning. I love that cat so much. So,
but yeah, so it's like that kind of stuff. Like I walked into the apartment and that was like the first thing that was said. In terms of like the apartment, like the apartment looks like it has like, I mean like it's how would I say it? Like you guys know what I'm talking about. Like if you go to a hotel and then you walk into your front door, there's a huge difference between your home and your like a front door, for instance, right? Um, a hotel, like I said, a hotel is sparsely decorated. It's very like regimented. It's like yeah, you use a lot of negative space, but yeah, it's just like it's possible, but it's just I know this is gonna sound funny, but it's like I just kind of think like yeah, just getting rid of things and just stripping things out to a point where it looks very like cookie cutter, like you know what I'm talking about? Like okay, mid-century modern piece, have a mid-century modern picture over here, get rid of like your nice little decoration because it gotta look even more minimalistic. Yeah, so that I kind of struggle with because it's not up to it doesn't look like a hotel. And yeah, I was telling Lewis, I said I got rid of like 48 clothing items like before, but it's like I can still get rid of more, and it's just like you get rid of more and more and more and more ultimately you get to a point where it looks so minimalistic and so bare. It's yeah, but I've been working on it for sure. So yeah, but it's like I pull things and then I put them off on the side and then I post them and then if people want it, then I give it to them, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it takes time. Um, yeah. So let me see over here. No, so we're already home, so we're not gonna stop to see Eli on the way back, cause yeah. But I've seen Eli before. I have seen him. He's a really nice guy. We had dinner with him, and I have nothing bad to say about him. I think it was really nice. Like I know some people, like they would probably be like, they must have. No, Eli's really nice. But I wish the only thing about Eli is like I wish I saw his wife, cause it's like yeah, that would be pretty cool if I got to see his wife, his sidekick, his partner, his other half. I'm always interested in that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I'm gonna get going on my day, and I think it's really time I should get rid of my stuffed animals. You know, my little stuffed animals that I that I really like and cherish and things like that. So I spoke to Lewis about it before. So I will talk about this. Like stuffed animals has a has two kind of thoughts. Okay, so these are some random thoughts. If you like stuffed animals, that could either mean like those Japanese stuffed animals. You know what I'm talking about with those. It could be like you like how cute it looks like. You like how how soft it is and the little smiley faces. But once you hit a certain age, right? So those are the three things I really like. They're cute, they're soft, and it's just like a little cartoon character looking at you. But once you hit a certain age, and I'm hitting 33 in 2 days, it can be taken as you're immature. You're not adult. You're not refined. You know, you're holding on to childhood youth. And it's like I kind of had these thoughts where I thought like, you're, as you get older, you're expected to be a certain way. And if you're not a certain way, like even with stuffed animals, right? If you're not a certain way, then you're subpar. And I know some people will take offense to that, right? So like for instance, all you gamers out there, you could be seen as like a total, like an immature person. You should be, sipping wine and eating cheese instead because you're older. And if any of you, let's say, do some childish things, that should be considered like, how would I say this? Like, I don't want to say childish things, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, there's this image that people have of adults, and if you have have like signs that show like you like things that maybe you should have liked when you were high school, or I actually really liked stuffed animals when I was in high school, by the way. Then yeah, you have this inability to grow up, this inability to mature, and instead of being, let's say, a chick who walks around, looking a certain way. But when you think of an adult, you imagine it would be a chick who looks well polished and wearing high heels and has nice clothing and it looks perfect, and like she lives in a very sophisticated, classy place. You don't imagine the stuffed animals over there, right? Like all the stuffed animals could do it. Say like, wait, that's not that shows that you're not classy. You're not adult. You're not. That devalues your worth as a human being, kind of thing. Like that's how stuffed animals can be seen, and it's like I see this kind of thing, and then I think to myself, like, I really like my stuffed animals, but I'm very aware of the perception for stuffed animals out there. And it's like, people, and and it's just kind of like that. It's like you're either on that team or you're not on the team, kind of thing. But I don't know. I don't have anything in stuffed animals, but I'm thinking that I'm gonna like declutter my little stuffed animal collection and then probably put them online. And if anybody wants to buy them, you can buy them. But yeah, either that or sell them at the store because yeah, it's like you either like the stuffed animals or you don't. And I do acknowledge that I do have stuffed animals at the store. You guys have seen them in the street, right? And I always thought they were like really cute, but after a while, it just does not look like a professional work environment. And then you got people being like, "What's all these stuffed animals doing around?" And I have to think of like a pros and cons. So, um, putting them in this apartment is not like a good thing because then there'll be more stuffed animals in here. So, I rather just like post them for sale online and just say, you know what, stuffed animal, you go out there, you bring joy to another person, and that way it's just yeah. So I like having a collection. Don't get me wrong, but I think when you have too much of it and you have it in a place where it's like you can't properly display them, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, if you have like a whole entire room for stuffed animals, like, yeah, I have no problem with that, okay? But if you have it like where you cannot have a specific area where it like can be valued, or it's like it seems like it creates more negative feelings than positive feelings kind of thing, then I would say, let it go. So yeah, this is just one of the thoughts that I've been having in my head for a while, because I don't want to have stuffed animals in a place where people look at it and people are like it's creating people like, why is there stuffed animals? That's so childish. It's so immature. That's not a sign of a professional work environment. That kind of stuff. And then it just looks like some people who are, in my opinion, they have these like certain adultish things, like how does an adult look? Like an adult looks like this, right? And they see this stuff, they think, oh, that's not a yeah, like that's not a professional place, or that's not a professional person. So yeah, that's like the downside. So it's like I always thought to myself, like, for my stuffed animals, I always wanted, like, I've always envisioned this. This sounds crazy, but one day I wanted to have a room just for my stuffed animals, and then I walk in there, and it's like you see my little collection of my little trophies, and then it's just like a room where it's like, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but it's like when I was in high school, I really liked going to those places like Hakubundo, Hakubundo, or those like Japanese plushie, Japanese stationery stores, and they would have like so many stuffed animals, and I would like them, but I wouldn't want to buy them because they were like $40 each. And it's like I would see them, and I used to feel so happy looking at them because I'd say like, oh, this is so cute, it's great. But living in an apartment, it's like you can't have that focus for a stuffed animal room. But if you live in a house or something, you could definitely say all the stuffed animals, have their own room. They have their little place, their little shrine, and like one day if I want to get rid of them, I could. So yeah, it's like that. But what is the end game for my stuffed animals? My stuffed animal end game would be just holding them there, and then one day if I want to get rid of them, then I would get rid of them. But I have to kind of balance between, you know, now and versus later. And it sounds really stupid for me to say this. I know people go there, what's this whole street while you're stuffed animals, but I think that my stuffed animals, as much as I like them, I would rather them go into another home, because it's like I don't feel like they're having a good home right now, and storing them for the next, let's say, 2 3 years and stuff like that. It's just I don't see it. So yeah, it's like that kind of stuff, and I feel like yeah, it's just like that kind of stuff. It give them more it would spread the joy and the love around kind of thing. So that's why I'm thinking about just selling my stuffed animals, making like a Mercari link or something, and just be like, hey, here's my stuffed animal. Don't expect to be in perfect condition because I'm just gonna put it in a poly mailer and just like ship it out kind of thing. Um, but yeah, kind of thing. Let me see over here. One moment. I know. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, we actually drove back. We didn't fly back. But yeah, I miss you guys a lot. I hope you guys are doing well. I kept my streams really short because our internet and like I'm gonna be real honest here, and like Florida was kind of spotty. I know. Oh, do you hear him? Oreo, get over here. Oreo's like crying for food. I never fed him. Um, oh, Oreo. What is it? He's like, you didn't feed me. You didn't feed me enough. Look at this face. Oh, Handsome. Hello, Handsome. Handsome, do you know what you need? You need a dental cleaning. That's what you need, Handsome. Hello. Yeah. No, I mean, like, I think stuffed animals is like, I think they're really cute. But I feel like, you know what I feel like ages a person the most? I feel like what ages a person the most is when they have this, and I know people are gonna say this kind of stuff and they're like, Erica, that's not true, so. But it's like, it's like this, okay? My stuffed animals, as much as I like them, it's not like it's like I want to get rid of them because I hate myself or anything like that. But it's like I kind of look at everything and I think like, do you guys fit in at this stage of life? And the answer is like a lot of them don't. But there are some that I know this is gonna sound funny. Like there's actually some that I really like, and I'm like, oh man. But like I can at least get rid of 50% of them. Yeah, it's like that kind of stuff. Like I see it and I think to myself like, as I get older, there's these notions, right, of how an adult should be. And having this conversation, as silly as it is, it's like I know I have some people in like their 20s listening to this stuff. It's like when you're 20s and you like your like stuffed animals or you like your Japanese Gundam stuff or your DBZ. Like I kid you not, you guys, I have like about 60 figurines, 60 anime figurines in Hawaii. Um, and I love my anime figurines. Like I love my Dragon Ball Z figurines. I love my Goku. I love my Vegeta. I love my Trunks. I love my, what else do I have? I'm trying to remember which Dragon Ball Z figures I have. Yeah, it's been like 2 years, but I have like a bunch of them. And then I have like Boma. Do I have lunch? I can't remember if I have lunch. But like I have a whole bunch of figurines, and it's like my whole thought with that is like I would want to keep. This is my thought. Okay, I have a room, and it's freaking like half figurine, half plushies, and it looks. I know people are gonna say, "Erica, you sound like a freaking otaku." I know, but it's like having that kind of thing is just be like my ultimate like kind of like childhood goal kind of thing, where you have this stuff and you have it like a room just full of anime cartoon stuff, and then when you walk in and you have a bad day, you look at it and you're like, oh, all my figurines are on a shelf kind of thing. And it looked like a freaking anime store now, but I keep all my figurines boxed. Like I'd say 90% of them I never opened them from the box. They're still in the box, and I like it that way because it's like I look at it and I'm like, it's weird, but I like looking at the box more. I don't even know how most of these figurines look like because I never open them. But it's like I see the box and the packaging, and then yeah, I'm happy about it. It's not like Funko because Funko like you can see through it, but yeah, for these anime figurines, like if you look at Hatsune Miku Noodle Stopper figurine over here, like you'll see what I'm talking about. It's like you see her on the side of the thing and yeah, so like I have two of them, so I could get rid of one of them, and yeah, just keep it like that. But it's just like I thought like that would be like a little spark joy room, but where things are right now is different than from reality, and also right, just thinking about all that kind of stuff, like it just like that would be my thing, but that's a lot of plushies and a lot of figurines and things like that. So in Hawaii, like um yeah, in Hawaii it's like all my little, oh my god, like you know what else I have in Hawaii? I have like the Snow Miku collection. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's like 2010 to 2019. Every year they release a Snow Miku between like a 6 month time period. I have every one except 1 year because I freaking thought I had it, but I didn't have it. So yeah, like I have this like 10, I think it's like 10, 9 or 10 like yeah, Snow Miku plushies, and they're all like together. And yeah, it's like I think to myself like, okay, I can't get rid of that collection because I worked too damn hard to get that collection. But yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, plushies are good, but yeah. In Japan, there's something called gap. They're used to denote a disconnect in somebody's perceived connection. Yeah, I mean, I love my freaking plushies. I love my freaking figurines. But in this apartment, there's no extra room, right? So I can't display my plushies. And it's like I think about that Marie Kondo thing, spectrum. I'm not saying I want to get rid of all of them, but I want to downsize them because I think like, okay, having all these plushies, like figure out what's the ones that are my core, and then the rest, it's like, yeah, just go out there in the world and spread joy, things like that. Of course, it's like, yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I am home. I am home. You didn't see Oreo? Like, I didn't bring Oreo to Florida. Oh, look at my handsome. Oh, my handsome. Come here.
He's
Come here.
crying.
Why don't you feed him then? If he's crying for food, you can feed him instead of giving him to me. Huh? You can give him some food. Wanna give him some food?
Not really. He's kind of fat.
I mean, he has to eat breakfast. That's what I'm saying.
Does he?
So. Yeah, he does. Like I was gonna feed
He
him.
didn't eat breakfast in the wild, probably.
Huh?
Did he eat breakfast in the wild?
No, but I mean, like if he's crying, you can take care of him. You can feed
He's
him.
always crying. I don't know how to tell when it's real or not, so that's why I brought him to you.
Is it a legitimate cry, or is he...
Well, he hasn't
Is he
eaten
being
in
a
like
troll?
7 hours, but he always eats breakfast. So
Erica.
what? What? Erica, what? What is it? What is it? Hmm? Ah, okay. What?
I feed you, Oreo. Come with me, Oreo. Come with me, Oreo.
Can you
See
put
how
his
fast it takes for it to
Can you
come
put his
out.
dental powder on there too? And yeah, you gotta get a spoon in the kitchen. Yeah, it's just one scoop.
Oreo, you ready? You like dental powder, right? Dental powder is this life fix stuff, right?
Huh?
This dental powder is the stuff that's in life fix.
No, the dental powder is the black one. Do you see it?
I'll find it.
I'm trying to think where the cat sitters put it. It should be next to it. It's like plaque something. Do you see it? It's like a small bottle. It should be in the same area. There's only like 3 supplements there.
There's nothing black. There's a green bottle, there's a life expectancy max.
Oh my
Green
gosh.
bottle. There's a hairball one. There's a
Yeah.
This is blue.
Huh? No. This one over here. 2.5, 3 cans a day. That's it. Okay. So that is all. What do you mean? Okay, so everybody's been giving shit about dumpster diving and things like that. I actually haven't dumpster dived in over like a 1.5 months.
You know, the apartment, you ran out of space.
Yeah. Yeah. Lottery for what you get rid of. Yeah. So that is it. But yeah. So like stuff like this. Hold on, let me show you guys this way. So let me grab my bra because my bra's over here. So like, see. Oh crap! I didn't realize how freaking. I don't understand why my freaking screen gets so dirty. See, like that. So that, and then we got the cat stuff over there, the little robot, that stuff. So yeah, see that? So these are my plushies over here. And yeah, at this point, like, yeah, so this is the old cat boxes over here. And yeah, I've just kind of been thinking like, this can go. But you see this box over here? That's where I have all my floral stuff. So this floral stuff over there, and then that over there is like more floral stuff and more like arts and crafts stuff. Yeah, I've actually been getting rid of things. And then yeah, so this stuff over here is just looking way too cluttered, but I kind of look at it, and if you look at it, right, it's like cat, 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 cat toys all around, cat, my stuff, my hobby stuff. And yeah, so I actually should downsize my hobby stuff, this stuff, and then start getting rid of some plushies over here. And yeah, so that is it. Yeah. You know what I actually should? Like, let me put it this way, okay? So if I wanted to actually, right? If I wanted to fit into society expectations, what do I do? Right? It's like what I should do is it's like you look a certain way, you act a certain way, you don't have anything that seems like, indicates that you're not a luxurious kind of person. And it's just like, it's like living in a hotel room kind of thing. But it's like, kind of think of it this way. It's like it it's hard because it's like if you have a hobby, for instance, it takes up space. If you like doing something like floral arranging or yeah, fake flowers, that takes up space. But it's like I have a good idea of how to make this apartment look more like a hotel room. But then I think about it, and it's like that's when you have like a staged home. When you have a staged home, like for those like open houses, that kind of thing. Like I have a couch, I have a table, I have a plant. That's it. That kind of stuff. And it's like, yeah. But at the end of it, as morbid as it sounds, if I die, I can't bring any of this stuff with me. I know this is like the worst thing for me to say, but it's true. It's like, I just kind of think like, do you live a life where you're just preparing to die? Um, I know when people are gonna say that's really morbid over here, but yeah, that kind of stuff. And that's something that I kind of have in the back of my head, where it's just like, I imagine, and this is just me being real here, but it's like it's better if I let go of things and I just say, you know what, I'm just gonna start letting go of things because I think it can go into a better home. And then after a while, it's like you live so minimalistically that at the end of it, it's like everything fits into like one moving box. Yeah, so one or two moving boxes, and yeah. But it's like I think when we come down to like consumerism and things like that, we always think like we want to make it into our space, not make it look like a Hyatt or a hotel room. You know, it's like you guys can look into a hotel room, look how it looks like: table, bed, microwave, mirror, you know, one bottle of shampoo, one bottle of conditioner, two bars of soap, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's just that kind of thing. So yeah, I just kind of look at things and I just say like living in a hotel room for like 1 week, or in Lewis's case like 1 month, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 month, that kind of stuff. Yeah, but creating a feeling of home can be seen from an art that you constantly find. It's more like just getting rid of everything until it looks like a Hyatt. And that's really hard. I know people would say that's so funny or it's so easy, but it's like, it's like, yeah, but it's just like you look at stuff and everything that you thought was that you worked towards. It's like it's just, yeah, all these little personalizations. Like I have to ask myself, like, does it look closer to Hyatt or does it look more like a normal person's home? And yeah, um, and it's like I look around and I just think to myself, like, shit, so much stuff can go even more. But I guess the goal right now is just to strip it even more. But yeah, at the end of this, I really feel like I'm gonna look at this place and it's gonna look aesthetic, but I'm gonna realize like it's either gonna be really good or it's gonna be like I can't tell what kind of person lives here at all besides that they're minimalist. And that's just the kind of thing that I just kind of think to myself like, um, yeah, that's just the kind of thing that I've just been kind of thinking in my head. So yeah, so yeah, I was talking to Lewis yesterday, and he said like if he moved, he would just bring his computer, his chair, his speakers, and everything else. Like 95% of this apartment would just get trashed. And I was like, yeah. So I better start already planning for this because if he moves, like all this stuff, like I don't want to put myself on a time crunch, like an extreme time crunch where I think like, okay, this stuff can't be brought anyway, so I might as well get rid of it now. But yeah, um, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Because, like, when you move, like I said, right, when you move, you have more stuff that you gotta pack. And it's like in New York when people, I think it's like when you think about a New York apartment, or you kind of have this idea in your head, like, everybody lives in, like, perfection. Everybody lives at a place that looks like the Sheraton or the Hyatt, or it looks really nice and crisp and mid-century modern kind of thing. But it's like you have this disconnect because you say like I want it to look homely, but your attempts of homely can make it look kind of like farther from the Hyatt kind of thing. So yeah, and of course my 12 gallons of water doesn't help at all. So I will talk to you guys later. I gotta get moving on my day. I've been doing a 40-minute stream, but this is like the stuff that I've had in my head. If anybody thinks like this is kind of strange, like stay in a hotel for an extended period amount of time, live out of a suitcase or basically 1.5 suitcases, and you realize like, yeah, you don't really use much. And yeah, now I look at like a lot of home decor, and it's like I have to be more and more choosy. Like I thought I minimized like certain places like really well, but not really. It could actually be better. Like for instance, I know people are gonna say this is neurotic. This place over here, you see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is my water from yesterday, right? I thought that if I had it like this, it would be okay, but this is already too cluttered. So yeah, it just gets less and less and less and less and less. See my little 3 plants? I don't like it. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of them. So, anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. And yeah, you guys let me know in the comment section, like, what your thoughts about all this stuff is. I know some people are gonna say I sound really neurotic, but I think that people feel most at calm at a hotel room. And I think there's a reason why people enjoy spending like $160 in an empty room. And it's because it's like they just feel like they're mentally at peace or so. Like even when we're at the hotel room, like I just kept this stuff in the freaking suitcase. And truly, what is more freeing than just saying like I own, I don't know, 50 possessions and that's about it. And I know people would say that sounds really crazy and really neurotic here, but it's true. Like when you check into a nice empty hotel room, it's calming. But then it's not. It's not reflective of any person. It's just this like kind of vague standardization kind of thing where they say like, oh look, you're so refined because you live in a, you know, you're staying at this nice posh looking hotel room, but it doesn't tell you anything about it as a person. You don't see anything where like, let's say you have like a trophy or not a trophy, you know what I'm talking about, like family pictures or anything like that. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'll see you.